but everybody had a little trouble getting here, I know, I understand. Dr. Cole's on his way, he'll be here in a few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome all our visitors here tonight, and if you would, let's please stand and for the pledge of allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Be seated, please. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Motion by Mr. Davidson.
Second.
Second by Mr. Clark. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Do we have any additions to the agenda?
Sorry.
Ms. Crocker, that's fine. Good to see you tonight. Next item is the consent agenda. Would anyone like to remove any item for discussion? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
Make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Clark, second by Mr. Shifton. Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion passed. Dr. Combs, we'll go on without him until he gets here, and we'll move right on to Dr. Bird.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to start tonight with our American Fidelity Teacher of the Month. The representative from American Fidelity is not able to be here tonight, but I'm going to do what he would normally do. So at this time, I would ask Miss Jenny Lazier from Crestview Middle School to join me, please. Miss Lazier was nominated by her principal, Miss Ann Adams, who's here today or tonight, for the work that she's done as a mentor teacher this year. She has had a student teacher this year, and her student teacher wrote some really nice words that I'm going to share with you tonight about Miss Lazier. All I can say is that Miss Jenny is a phenomenal teacher. She is so kind, compassionate, and understanding. She is excellent at mentoring and preparing me for real-world events as well as professional endeavors. If it wasn't for her empathy, her leadership, her passion to help young students like me, and her expertise in teaching, I can honestly say that I would not have passed 2 of my 3 praxis exams, and I definitely would not be as confident in my abilities to teach, protect, and manage young children if it weren't for her guidance. I can't say enough about how much I appreciate her and all she does for me. So we're going to present Ms. Lazier with her Teacher of the Month award from American Fidelity.
What do I teach? First grade at Crestview Elementary.
Okay, good for you.
Congratulations, Miss Jenny.
Very well deserving of that.
Well deserved.
Yes, absolutely. Is he coming in? Oh, there he is. Okay, man, this year, we are also recognizing the high school in the district with the highest FAFSA completion as of the March 1st deadline. And FAFSA, if you don't know, stands for Free Application for Student Aid. And as a district, this year, our 98.86% of our seniors completed their FAFSA. While it was a close competition, this year's trophy, which we are calling the Huffman Cup, and that's to honor our county executive, Jeff Huffman, for his work and what he's done to promote post-secondary opportunities for our students. But the first annual Huffman Cup is being presented to Covington High School, and they had a completion rate of 99.4%. So those of you who know anything about the FAFSA, that is excellent. Brighton High School was right behind them with 99.2%, and Munford High School right there also with 98%. So we want to say great job by all of our schools in promoting those post-secondary opportunities for our students. And we're going to present that trophy, I think, on Monday morning. Dr. Combs is going to take care of that Monday at Covington High School, so we're excited about that.
And that's Mr. Haslett? Is he the main person that's, okay.
Yes. And of course, their counselors and things help with that as well. But
Okay.
yes, that's part of his job.
One of his primary.
Yes, absolutely. In your packet tonight, you will see that there's a handout that has Dyersburg State across the top. I believe Ms. Melinda put that before you tonight. We're proud to share with you that we do have a plan moving forward to begin a middle college program in conjunction with Dyersburg State this fall for 15 juniors who want to earn an associate's degree in general studies at the same time they graduate from high school. So we're going to start that. It's called Middle College, and it's a pilot program. We're going to offer that we're planning to offer that to 5 students from each of our high schools beginning in August. These students will attend classes every day at Dyersburg State during their junior and senior years rather than at their assigned high school. However, if they are in band or they play a sport, they will be able to return to campus for that 4th block in order to participate in extracurricular activities. And so what you have before you shows the courses that they will be taking as juniors and seniors, and as well as the cost breakdown. And there is some funding that they will be able to get through what's called the Middle College Scholarship, but I provided you with the cost analysis. That Middle College Scholarship is, right now, it's $1,250 a semester. There has been some legislation proposed that would raise that, but I do not think that has passed, so we're kind of in limbo right now. But currently, that's $1,250 a semester over the 2-year period. Then our plan is to ask parents for a financial commitment as well, and then the district will also budget money in the general fund to provide this pilot program to our students. The approximate cost for the district for 2022-23 school year will be $45,090 for tuition, books, and fees, and then $16,200 to provide transportation. And that brings that total to $61,290. So what I'd like from the board is a motion to, and I'll entertain questions if you have them, but a motion for us to be able to proceed with planning to establish this Tipton County Schools Middle College starting next year.
We have a motion by Mr. Shipley, second by Ms. Roselle.
May I ask it? I got
Yes, any questions?
I figured there would be some questions.
Are these students coming from all the high school?
Yes, sir. Our plan is to do 5 from each high school for a total of 15, or to offer it to 5 from each high school.
Is this a state-sponsored pilot program?
This is something that we're doing in Tipton County.
All
Like, they didn't ask us to do it. It's an initiative, if I'm answering your question correctly. It's something that we are wanting to establish.
Is it
Other districts, there are districts who do have this program, but no, this is something we're wanting to establish.
Is it a result of legislation?
No.
No. How do you choose the students?
There will be an application for them, an application process.
Thank you. Oh, one other thing. If it worked out, would we have to limit ourselves to this number of students, or do you see it perhaps expanding?
We would like to expand it. Of course, as we do, then we would have to increase funding.
Sure.
So we're starting small, just as a pilot this year. But our plan would be, so we'd start with obviously 15 students this year. Then next year, as they move to seniors, then we would incorporate at least 15 more. But we could increase it. It would just depend on the funding.
So there's no way to take advantage of state money?
Well, that's the Middle College Scholarship.
Oh, I see.
That's part of the funding.
I see.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. We hope that amount increases. Right now, like I said, it's $1,250 a semester.
Anyone else have a question? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed.
Thank you. The last thing I have, Mr. Chairman, this will be, conclude my report. Last month, we honored our pre-K through 5 teachers who earned tenure this year, and tonight, Ms. Lisa Bennett is going to come forward and recognize the 6 through 12 teachers who have earned tenure. Ms. Bennett?
Good evening, everyone. And along with those middle and high school folks we're going to honor tonight, we have one system-wide person we're going to honor also. And as you know, tenure in Tennessee changed back in 2011. Of course, you have to have a degree and a license, but you have a 5-year probationary period now, where years ago, you only had to have 3 years. And of course, the last 2 years of that probationary period, you have to have a level 4, level 5 level of effectiveness. So it's a lot harder now because of all the accountability, but I'm telling you, these teachers have all brought it this year. We've had a lot of people to earn tenure, and some of them were unable to come tonight, but we will honor those that are here tonight. First of all, I'd like to recognize Miss Christy Dye Macklin from Brighton Middle School. Congratulations. Lynette Billington from Covington High School. Mr. William Beckman from Munford High School. Reagan Crow from Munford High School. Hannah Stedman from Munford High School. And Rashonica Hollins, she is a system-wide teacher. Congratulations, everyone. All right, thank you, Mom.
Thank you, Ms. Betty. Congratulations to each and every one of you.
Yes,
Way to go, teachers.
yes.
You don't have to stay.
I told them that I think they were scared.
We're back up to Dr. Combs and his update at this time.
Oh, okay, y'all didn't go ahead?
We haven't done it. We passed.
Wasn't sure what was going on.
Skipped you.
I really don't, I'm gonna yield a lot of my time to, we have J.R. Kirby here, and of course, Hunter's gonna give us a report on capital projects, so I'm gonna yield a lot of my time to them. However, I did wanna kind of give you an update, so I'm sorry for being late. As y'all know, there's a hostage situation going on at the tax place down there by Mid-South Barbecue. There's a gunman in there that has some hostages. They're barricaded in the back. And we locked down CIAA because of that, because it's so close, and they're having a parent night tonight. So we locked down the building. We went in there and waited for everything to settle down, and we just cleared the building, and so that's why we're here. But everybody from the building is out and on their way home. And then, of course, if you've been out there, traffic's nasty because they've got every road like blocked off, so it went all the way around to come back. But so, you know, keep that situation in your thoughts and prayers while they're dealing with that. I just talked to the sheriff on the way up here. So anyway, that's why I'm late, and I'm going to yield my time. Yes, sir, go
I
ahead.
think Doctors Bird and
Fisher?
Miss Fisher had a brain thing.
Yeah.
Are trained in hostage negotiation. They were both principals.
They are trained. I think that's why they said, John, you need to go.
Oh.
That's probably what happened. That's part of the training, I think, is yes, and the other guy. But I don't know who we have first. I think JR is first.
Yes.
Coach?
Coach.
Hey, good evening. How are y'all?
Evening.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Combs. I already talked to y'all earlier. This presentation is two things. One, to show you the renovations we did with the money y'all approved over the time. I know, Steve, you've been in and seen the facility, just to show you what went on and what happened. The other thing is about renaming or naming our stadium. After Mr. George, and I'll tell you a little about that. So we want to name our stadium after Mr. George Penner. Some of you may know Mr. Penner, some of you may not, so I'll tell you a little bit about him. Mr. Penner served Covington football for almost 50 years. His picture hangs on our press box today. He served in many capacities. He was an assistant coach, a cameraman, a booster for the program. Sometimes he probably told Coach Wheeler that he was the head coach on some decisions. But Mr. Penner also started the George Penner Scholarship. We give this at our banquet every year to a football player. The requirements to be considered for this award is to be a member of the football team for 4 years, maintain a 3.0 GPA or higher, and plan to attend a higher education institute. That means they can go to TCAT, they can go to a 2-year or 4-year institute. The scholarship is $1,000 scholarship, and has helped many charges in pursuit for a college education outside of the walls of Covington High School. Mr. Penner was also a pillar of our community, working in the Southwest for over 40 years. Hopefully didn't cut off any of your utilities, but he also ran the local Dixie Youth Baseball program for many years. Mr. Penner was also part of the Lions Club. Mr. Penner gave much of his time and money to the Charger football program, and as to my knowledge, he was never paid for any of his duties while he was there. There's definitely one thing you can say about Mr. George Penner, that he no doubt loved his Covenant Chargers. He was laid to rest in the summer of 2016 after a battle with cancer. Many former Chargers spoke at his funeral. Even the cheerleaders came to his graveside and did one last year for Mr. Penner. I feel, and along with many other associated with our program, that it's time to finally name our football stadium. Our stadium, to my knowledge, never had a name. Our field has Covenant Athletic Field, but never a name. We feel like there's no one more deserving than Mr. George Penner. I've talked with his family, his brother Walter, and then Colin Penner as well, Mr. Walter's son, that played at Covington and also used to coach there. When I talked to them, they were very moved about the notion of the football stadium here at Covington be named after him. I asked Dr. Combs, the school board here, to make a motion for the stadium at Covington High School to be named after Mr. George Penner.
I'll make that motion. Second. Have a motion by Mr. Clark and a second by Mr. Shipley. Does anyone have anything they'd like to say? I think it's well done. I think it's excellent that this happens.
Thank you.
He was, I've been knowing him, and as well as.
Known him, been chewed out by him a few times.
Yeah. George, it's an honor. I think it's fitting, very fitting tonight. Yeah, yes, he was a fine fellow.
Gonna have a plaque or a big sign or?
We're gonna put, we're talking through things we're gonna do. We wanna put his name on the front of the press box, more than likely, and the nice letters, George Penner Stadium. Probably we'll do something else. Gonna present his family in the first game of the year with, when we play Mumford on Thursday, and we're breaking the new turf. Present them in pregame with probably a picture of Mr. George and a flag, to the family. So I talked to them, they're pretty moved, emotional about it.
Very cool.
All those in favor of the motion, let me know by saying aye.
Aye.
I worked with Mr. Penner over 30 years in Munford Dixie's baseball. He was at Covington. Yes.
Good.
Great,
Coach
man.
Kirby, we appreciate this.
Thank you.
As a coach at Ripley High School
Yes, sir.
and as principal at Brighton High School, we just, we're very envious of Covington having an individual that cares so much. He just cares so much. And that, I just really appreciate you doing that.
Yes,
Mr. Penner.
thank you.
So that motion passed, so
Thank you.
Mr. George Penner Field.
Yes, he's smiling. He's
Yeah.
smiling. I'm sure. The other thing I want to go through is just show you a kind of a timeline, a presentation here, some videos of what we did pre-COVID when we got some of the money approved. I know the plans that were approved did not happen, so we kind of made do. I remember calling Dr. Combs and asked, could we get going here? This is me knocking the first wall down right before COVID hit. We got Mr. Donnie Wallace over there. None of the walls over there were load bearing, so we kind of started that. Then we went out and COVID from there. This video is kind of blurry. I'll go to the next one. This is some of the coaches here doing the work. Now, we did every bit of it ourselves. That's Coach Geyser, he's about 60. So, and then Coach Goforth, myself, some other coaches here that were doing things, trying to get things ready. We did have some kids help pick things up. As we go, you can just see it was that used to be the old concession stand, the old freshman locker room, those who've been in there, the old hospitality room. This was another look. This is the old concession stand here as well. We knocked down every bit of it. It was 24 cinder block walls, 10 doors, 1 bathroom. We removed the tile. There's my son. I got him a little workout in hitting the brick down. There again, you can see us removing the bathrooms and the stuff. Again, in the corner there, this was that was open concession stand. This is what we moved out in the parking lot. The kids helped do that. The city was fortunate enough to pick it up for us, so that helped on trying to get it out of there. This is what happened when we knocked all the walls down. It was just really a junk room, to be honest with you. And we, fortunate after building the concession stand, was able to open this up and do this. Another video of this, what it looked like once we got everything knocked down. That was every wall. This is us cleaning. We did the tile ourselves of getting it up. I wish we would have had one of those machines you could ride on. This is Coach Katraj, the defense coordinator, doing it. That's him with the electric tool going through there. There's Coach Montgomery, our offensive line coach. We got in there. We got a few kids as well. Mr. Mo Eubanks donated some of the tools to do it as well, and then Dabney Maxwell also as well. All the copper piping we had to take down, there was that old copper stuff that was in there. We strapped it, all that money went back into the program and to the building as well. This is after we got the pipe cut down here, so you can see it was getting ready for lighting. You see what it used to be to what it is. It's going to be here when we get to the other pictures. Here's what it was when we finally got ready for paint, and we got the tile up and got that other stuff moved out, and then electrical work was getting ready. This is when the lights went up. We have all LED lighting in there. The electrical cost $29,000 of the money to get done. We had a good new box in there. Nothing was up to code. It all had to get replaced. Come out pretty nice. This is when it was painted. The first night, that was actually a year ago on the 8th. So black ceilings, purple and gold around the walls. Dabney Maxwell and his dad Charles did it. This is what it looked like the day we moved in.
Wow.
All right, that's nice.
Yeah, we've moved the racks now. We've got some signs up. Of course, the weight room was donated by Charlie Moss family, a lot of the stuff before we moved across there. And we've added our trophies over there, and I've got a LED sign that's in the middle on the wall that we got from out of Mayfield, Kentucky. This here used to be our locker room. This was the new tile. We also used the money, so we made it a film and a meeting room, and the kids go in there and study. We've changed it around a little bit since then. They go in there, eat, whatever. We also bought a brand new ViewSonic TV as well, $4,500 there. So they're in there either doing work or eating or just spending time, gave us somewhere to go. This is our old locker room, now our equipment room that we retiled and got done. This is coach's office hallway that we done. The training room got retiled. This is the old weight room, which is now going to be the locker room. Okay, brand new floor was put in there, was donated. Here's the new paint that me and my wife and kids did as well. So we repainted it, and those the racks were bought that you saw in the other one by the Charlie Moss family as well. They were donated. That's what we used their money for. And then here's our locker room now. $40,000 for the lockers, all built by a local contractor. That's where our kids get to dress in now compared to what they used to dress in. 75 lockers in there, 82 total for the coaches. And that's what we were able to do. The money, we pretty much changed our whole facility. And the good thing about it is it didn't cost us anything else. So building another building, like we talked about, we used the funds that y'all provided from us from after the concession stand was built. We used the existing buildings and tried to make them better, and our kids are really, really proud of it because I'll be honest with you, what we had before was not very good compared to the success we've had in our program. It was not. It was pretty bad. It was pretty embarrassing for our kids to walk in. I will tell you, our numbers are pretty sustained since then. Kids are excited when they walk down there in that building. They've taken care of it. They've got a lot of pride for it, and just wanted to show you what we've done. We did every bit of it besides contracting a few things out to all the coaches, swinging sledgehammers, whatever. I talked to a contractor. It saved us, hiring people to do that. I think one contractor quoted me $75,000 what it saved in demolition, and another one quoted me $100,000. What we probably saved the district in doing it ourselves. So we're very proud of it. Just wanted to show you that, and I thank you for the motion early. Thank you.
Is that called the J.R. Kirby Athletic Facility?
Win a few more games for that.
I will say, Coach Kirby, man, his passion is just awesome. The questions he asks, he's very professional. He's so easy to work with. He just loves those kids. He loves the program. He wants it to look good, but he's also good about making sure it's done correctly. Like, hey, Doc, can we do this? Is this the process? I mean, he's been very professional throughout the whole process, and it looks awesome. And y'all did a great job. Great job.
Thank you, Coach Kirby. I guess now we're ready for Dr. Fisher, Director of Operations. Mr. Hunter Bennett, we don't want to miss the roof today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
To add to the, that's gonna be hard to follow, but the roof, we do have the portion of the building that you just saw, it is covered with an air roof. And so the gymnasium, and I'll touch on the roof projects first. We're currently at Brighton Middle School. We've got a couple more weeks left before we'll wrap this school up. We have acquired the remaining material that we do need to finish the homeschool gym, the gymnasium area, as well as the Covington High School, portion of the roof projects. And we'll begin it after the middle school's finished here at Brighton. But we will have a scheduling conflict there whenever we hit the TCAP. So we'll take that in strides. But we have been successful to gather all of the material that previously I told you I didn't know when we would have that material. Our bathroom projects will resume in spring break. Our plan there is to, we're gonna work on the Crestview Elementary and the CIAA. The kindergarten rooms, they have toilet closets inside their classrooms. And since we have such a small window to accomplish, to complete something, we're gonna give back to the little kids and take care of those closet, toilet areas. So that's what we're gonna do over the spring break. And then our plan moving forward during the summer is we're looking to take care of Mumford Elementary, Mumford High School, and Drummond's Elementary this coming summer.
Which school would you say was spring break?
Crestview Elementary and CIAA, the kindergarten toilet areas.
Gotcha.
They're inside the classrooms.
Okay.
That short of a window, we just didn't feel comfortable bringing in the petitions and the faucets and the sinks. It was just gonna be too much, but we wanted to complete something, and so whenever the kids came back from spring break, we're not trying to hustle construction guys through the schools. But we feel confident that we can get those areas, and they're just as bad as the rest of them, so. Now on to things that, the football scene. The turf projects, guys, if you haven't been by any of them, I encourage you to drive by one of the fields. It's been very impressive to watch. The Brighton High School turf, it is on schedule. I'll go as far as to say that now that turf is actually on site, they're planning to have that field finished by April 1.
They were working under the lights when I came up.
They're working on it. They're currently working on Brighton High School and on Covington on George Benner Field as we speak. So, but their goal is to finish Brighton High School April 1. So what you've got going on here is here in the bottom left, and I'm sorry that's not such a very large picture, but that's where they went and they graded it all. You've got a 24-inch ditch, French drain going around the entire perimeter of the field. It's got a 12-inch diameter drainage pipe that's covered with 1 foot of gravel. So, and then after they cut it to grade, they do the soil cement, get it precision leveled across the field. Then they put down the white plastic, and then they'll put down the rock. Before the rock, the picture on the far right, that is a drainage pipe that runs 20 feet. It's spaced at 20 feet on center, and it runs from the center of the field, a diagonal to the French drain, which allows the field to be able to take rain to a capacity of 1 inch an hour. And then within an hour, they would be able to play on the field. So rain, we may have a rain delay, and that's simply while the storm blows through, but as far as a rain out, that should not be, it should be a thing of the past. As of this evening, this is what Brighton High School looked like, 6 o'clock this evening. They sent me a photo. And so literally starting tomorrow, they should begin the turf process. This is ready. This is what the field looks like ready for turf.
Is that gravel?
That is. So what you've got is 3.5 inches of 57 rock, washed rock. And then on top of that, you've got 1 inch to 1.5 inches of 89 rock. And then on top of that, and I forget the term, I apologize because they put it out there today, but it's one more finer rock. But that is a gravel, so that obviously that rain, that's also why they're able to handle that much rain, the capacity of rain.
Goes right through it.
It just literally just dissipates through, it escapes to the French drains.
Hunter, didn't they say the turf, when they start applying the turf, it's like a 3-week process?
Correct, yeah, it's like a 3-week process from starting tomorrow. They should be 3 weeks, and it should be game ready. I mean, they should be ready to, hold a track meet. Well, not a track meet because the track won't be finished, but they would be ready to hold a football game if they want to. Goal posts will be erected, lines will be on the field, it'll be painted.
Graduation.
It's ready, graduation.
That's the principal's biggest concern was, is this thing gonna be ready for graduation? That's right.
Mumford High is under construction. This it has already has the soil cement down, so it's almost through its 5-day waiting period. And from there, the precision grading, and then of course this process, with the rock, from the plastic rock, the drainage system and all. So, if they stay on track, then they would begin turf there. Literally, as they finish Brighton High School, the turf should already be at Mumford High School, and they're ready to install. And then Covington, this was what it looked like yesterday. I challenge all of you to leave this evening and drive by and check it out. And it doesn't look like this. Very impressive project. Very exciting. The roofs, they've been very welcome from the staff. All of the teachers have very much appreciated that. They're very excited about the bathroom projects. The community, they don't get to see the staff. They don't understand the roofs in the bathrooms, but the talk of the turf right now is pretty exciting. It's one that I think that as Brighton comes to life, and of course it'll be the one that everyone sees the most. Very excited about the community being able to ride by with much pride and having the field green year round. So, but we do have another extra project that we are hoping to open bids on this coming week, and that's when we've got some bus lanes that we're looking to replace. We've also have the drainage, if you guys are familiar, some of our older schools where the buses have jumped the curb and they've crushed the drains. So what we're looking to do is have those taken out, and we're going to put back ADA ramps. So instead of the water running under the sidewalks and buses jumping the curbs, crushing the drains, our schools are not really ADA, or they're not as ADA friendly as they could be. So we've elected to take those drains and have the water just run over top of the over top of the ramps. So they would be more ADA friendly. And so it's been very busy, to say the least. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Mr. Bennett?
Yes, sir.
I've had some questions about, will we have a cleaning machine to clean the turf?
So it's not necessarily a cleaning machine, correct, if I say this wrong. There's a machine that actually will evenly distribute the cool play that, say it's a soccer game, a goalie sits in one area and he's working back and forth, so it'll be a machine that will distribute those out so you don't have little sinkholes, if you will. But as far as a cleaner, are you familiar with there being a...
Right, more than likely the machine, and Coach Kirby probably knows a lot about this too, or probably more than I do, but you can do little areas by hand, and that's just kind of redistributing the under piece of that, but also we're gonna have a machine, it kind of looks like a mower, and you ride around and equally distribute everything after games, but I don't know that does it clean?
No, it's more like a sweeper.
Yeah.
It looks like a sweeper on the back of, you can pull it with a carry-all or a golf cart, and you can go back and forth just like I would if I was cutting the grass. And it just kind of makes the fiber stand up, as he explained to us, and the infield will be, it'll level it out as well. I happen to go to Cleveland High School where Coach Wheeler is and watch them play week 3. They have one, and I watched how their coaches went back and forth. Pretty simple deal. He told us today that Dr. Combs and I met with him that the cleaning of it, the bacteria, all that. He says UV does a lot of that. That's usually more for indoor than it is for outdoor. So that the cost effectiveness is way down compared to what we would cost to take care of the field and the time and things like that. So it's just more like a sweep.
Coach, are you upset you're not gonna be doing that mowing up there?
I think my wife's more excited about it now instead of there every other day. So there'll be days I miss it, but I thank y'all very much for that. My wife does too.
Hey, I'll throw this out there too. So the stadium lighting that we're looking at, that we're putting in the football field, baseball, softball, all that new lighting, it's LED lighting number 1, but we went and looked at what it's gonna look like the other day, and you can switch out pieces of the and change it to UV lighting.
Correct.
They have like UV light. If you wanted to turn them on at night, if you had a field and you wanted the grass to grow and keep that dude on at night, you could do that. There's like all these different things that you can, purchase with it. Of course, it's just the LED lighting right now, but there is some UV cleaning type things that you can put in these new stadium lighting. I mean, it's pretty neat how technology's come around.
So the bacteria and all in the issue for the outside.
Not supposed to be, no, sir. No, sir.
And I recently walked Collierville's football field, who's the same company that's installing ours, installed Collierville's. And theirs is
5 years old.
it's 5 years old, and I would say it looks brand new. I mean, I walked out on it and they feel it, and their athletic director said, you know, I feel like, I said, do you notice any fading with the paint? He's like, I think it looks like it did the day we put down. And so their kids have been very proud and very excited to, you know, to play on it. Any other questions?
A lot of information tonight.
It's been a lot of work going on.
A lot of work going
It's a
on.
lot
We
happening.
appreciate you.
And thank you
Mr.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Bennett.
Thank you.
Mr. Dr. Fisher, Director of Operations.
Got a lot of names on it. Gave you a sheet in your folder on open enrollment, and so I wanted to share the new open enrollment information with you. There has been a new state law that has gone into effect, which does now require the open enrollment period to be in effect for 30 days. And for all of the school available slots to be posted on the school district website. So you will see on the handout that you have the different slots that are available. Our open enrollment period will begin April 1 and go through April 30th this year. Open enrollment applications will be available beginning April 1st. And all applications now will be accepted online through our Skyward Family Access. There will be no paper application, so parents will not have to make application here at the central office. So hopefully this will be more convenient for our parents. They will just now have to go through Skyward, the Family Access portal there. Parents will also have access to the app 24 hours per day, so whenever they want to apply, they will be able to do that and apply, once again, as I stated, at their convenience. These openings will be placed on the district website tomorrow, just so that parents will know what those available slots are. If there are more applications than available slots, there will be a lottery process as there have been before. So just want to make you very aware of that. And then as well, the out-of-district transfers, we will begin accepting those applications April 1. That will continue to be a paper application that they will need to pick up here at the board. But the applications will be available on the website, or they can pick them up here. And the out-of-district fee continues to be $750. And after a student has been approved and prior to the first day of classes, that fee would need to be paid. So I just wanted to make you aware of that.
Does this also apply to special needs?
Yes, sir. Of course, that's an IEP team decision as well. Do you have any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fisher.
You're welcome.
Financial report, Mr. Billy Daugherty.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good news tonight, this is gonna be quick and painless.
Right.
No amendments. Let us start with, the 141 general purpose school budget. You'll notice it's got a green bar at the top. Highlighted in yellow on that page, are the, revenues and expenditures. So for the month of February, for revenue into the 141 general purpose school budget was $10,432,964.06. followed by $6,791,382.64 in expenditures. For the 142 federal projects budget, they're in red, highlighted with a red bar at the top. You'll see in yellow for the month of February, there were $2,142,280.40 in revenues, and $2,156,850.34 in expenditures. No amendments in the 142 this month. For the 143 central cafeteria, highlighted with the purple bar there at the top, February revenues $38,628 with expenditures of $473,487.70. And just in case you notice that there's a difference between the revenue in January and the revenue in February, there were 2 USDA payments that month and none this in February, which is what the difference in that revenue is. And for 177 capital projects, with the orange bar at the top, again, no revenue as we're trying to close this budget, $4,436 in expenditures. Mr. Chairman, that concludes the financial report for month ending February 28th.
Do we have a motion to approve the financial report as presented? Motion by Mr. Vincent and second by Mr. Proctor. Are there any questions about it? Those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Motion passed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Like the format, Billy.
Very easy to read.
Thanks.
Yes, it is.
It's really not.
Dr. Cole, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I do not, no, sir.
That's good.
Yeah.
Everything's going good then, so that's
Well,
fine.
yes, sir.
If there's no other business, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
Motion by Mr. Clark, second by Mr. Davidson. We stand adjourned.